For 6,000 years, the galaxy agreed on one undeniable truth. Humanity was extinct. Every academy taught it, every history book repeated it, every child memorized it. Earth had vanished, humans had disappeared, and whatever they once built had been swallowed by time. There was only one problem. The history was wrong. At the very edge of explored space, far beyond the last galactic relay, a lonely communications station drifted in complete silence. Station K-47 had one purpose: listen, nothing more. For 312 years, it had never received a single meaningful transmission. Most officers called it the most boring assignment in the galaxy. Senior Communications Officer Adrian Cole, the station's only human, agreed. He had volunteered because he wanted peace. No politics, no wars, no admirals shouting orders, just endless stars, and endless silence. His shift was almost over. He stretched, picked up his coffee, and looked toward the observation window. The universe seemed asleep. Then, every light inside the station went dark. His coffee cup slipped from his hand. Emergency batteries activated 1 second later. Every monitor suddenly displayed the same warning. Unknown priority signal detected. Adrian frowned. Run source verification. The station AI answered immediately. Verification in progress. 3 seconds passed. Then the AI spoke again. Its normally calm voice carried something Adrian had never heard before. Uncertainty. Verification failed. He blinked. Failed. No known civilization uses this transmission protocol. His heartbeat quickened. Translate it. I'm unable to. Why? The language predates the Galactic Archive. Silence. That wasn't possible. No recorded language was older than the archive itself. The AI suddenly interrupted. Additional data discovered. Displaying source. The holographic map rotated slowly. One tiny blue point appeared. Not inside the Milky Way. Not inside any cataloged galaxy. It came from complete darkness between galaxies. Adrian whispered, "That's impossible." The AI responded, "Distance estimate." It paused, then quietly answered, "Approximately 2.4 million light-years." Every instinct told Adrian the system had malfunctioned. Nothing could transmit across that distance. Nothing. Then the signal changed. The strange symbols disappeared, replaced by one line, written in perfect modern English. Adrian's blood ran cold. Because no alien civilization had ever used English, the message contained only 8 words. Earth command. Why did you stop answering? The room fell silent. Adrian couldn't breathe. Only humanity knew what Earth command meant. He immediately checked the transmission timestamp. His hands began shaking. Origin timestamp, 6,122 years ago. The signal had been traveling through the darkness. Long before the galaxy declared humanity extinct. The AI suddenly spoke again. Hidden attachment detected. Open it. The station lights dimmed. Static filled every speaker. Then, an old human face appeared. A woman. Gray hair. Explorer's uniform unlike anything Adrian had ever seen. Behind her, a blue sun illuminated thousands of unfamiliar human cities suspended around enormous orbital rings. She smiled, as if recording a message for family. "If this reaches Earth, then we finally made it. We found a new home." She looked over her shoulder. Children were laughing. Human children, running beneath alien skies. The woman smiled again. "Tell everyone, we're not alone anymore." She hesitated, then quietly added, "And tell my grandson, I'll be home someday." The recording ended. Adrian remained frozen. His voice barely escaped his lips. "There are humans, still alive." Before the AI could answer, every alarm aboard Station K-47 activated at maximum volume. Warning. Multiple warp signatures detected. Adrian looked toward the main screen. 1, 5, 20, 100, thousands. Unknown ships were emerging from the darkness between galaxies. And every single one was broadcasting the exact same message. Earth command. Why did you stop answering? The same message echoed through every speaker. Earth command. Why did you stop answering? Adrian couldn't move. Thousands of unknown ships, broadcasting a human emergency frequency that hadn't existed for more than 6,000 years. The station AI suddenly interrupted. Recommendation: do not respond. Adrian stared at the holographic display. Why? The AI answered without hesitation. Sender technology exceeds every known civilization by an immeasurable margin. Before Adrian could ask another question, every scanner aboard station K-47 went offline. Not because they were damaged. Because something outside had quietly taken control of them. The observation window slowly darkened. A massive shadow drifted across the stars. Adrian looked up. His breath stopped. An enormous ship, longer than entire planets, silently crossed in front of the station. No weapons, no glowing engines, no visible bridge. It looked less like a warship, and more like an entire floating world. Its hull carried scars older than recorded galactic history. Across its black surface, a single silver emblem glowed. A blue planet, surrounded by countless stars. The AI spoke again. Unknown emblem detected. Adrian whispered, "No, I've seen that before." He rushed toward the station archives. Most records about ancient humanity had been destroyed centuries ago. But buried inside an old historical database, he found one faded image. The same emblem. Its title simply read, Earth Deep Exploration Authority. His heartbeat accelerated. Impossible. The organization disappeared before the Galactic Council even existed. So how could their ships still be flying? Suddenly, every screen inside the station changed. The unknown fleet had opened a direct communication channel. A young human officer appeared. He looked no different from Adrian. Same language, same uniform style, same calm expression, except for one detail. On his shoulder were 7 silver stars, a rank no modern military recognized. The officer looked directly into the camera. His voice was steady. "This is Long-Range Expedition Fleet 12. We have followed Earth's emergency beacon for 6,122 years." He paused. "We request docking permission." Adrian almost laughed from disbelief. Docking permission? From a fleet capable of erasing the station without effort? He answered honestly, "I don't have authority to grant that." The officer simply nodded, as expected. Then he asked a question Adrian never imagined hearing. "Is Earth still blue?" The room became silent. Adrian couldn't answer. The officer smiled gently. "I understand." His smile slowly disappeared. Then, "We're too late." The transmission ended. At that exact moment, emergency broadcasts exploded across the galaxy. Every military radar, every civilian observatory, every deep space telescope, detected the impossible fleet. Within minutes, the Galactic Council called the largest emergency session in its history. Generals, scientists, historians, political leaders, every seat was filled. The Chancellor stood before the chamber. "Report." The Chief Intelligence Officer activated the main hologram. Thousands of black human ships filled the room. "They're not approaching our colonies. They're not targeting military bases. They're not forming attack positions." The Chancellor frowned. "Then what are they doing?" The officer zoomed the star map outward. The entire chamber fell silent. Every single human ship, no matter where it emerged, was traveling toward one destination. Not the Council capital, not the largest fleet, not the richest planet. They were all heading to the empty place where Earth had once existed. An elderly historian slowly stood. His hands were trembling. "I know that formation." Everyone turned toward him. He whispered, "It's not an invasion. It's a homecoming." Before anyone could react, every communication system in the galaxy was overridden by one final transmission. A little human girl appeared on every screen. She couldn't have been older than 8. She smiled brightly and waved at the camera. "If you're watching this, does that mean Earth found us?" She looked behind her. "Grandma says one day everyone will come visit. We've been waiting." Her smile widened. "For a really, really long time." The recording ended. Across the Galactic Council, no one spoke, because for the first time, the galaxy realized something far more terrifying than an invading fleet. They hadn't found humanity. Humanity had finally come home. Humanity had finally come home. The sentence spread across the galaxy faster than any emergency alert. For thousands of years, every civilization had believed humans were nothing more than a forgotten chapter of history. Now, that history was knocking on their door. Inside the Galactic Council, no one even looked at the military displays anymore. Their eyes remained fixed on the little girl's final smile. One senator quietly whispered, "They've been waiting for us." Another replied, "No, they've been waiting for Earth." The silence became unbearable. Then, the central AI interrupted. "Attention, unknown fleet has reached the Sol system." Every screen instantly switched. Millions of colossal human ships drifted into the empty space where Earth had once circled its sun. There was no cheering, no victory formation, no battle stations. The entire fleet simply stopped. As if they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The young officer from Expedition Fleet 12 appeared once again. This time, his calm expression was gone. He stared at the empty starfield for several seconds. Then quietly asked, "Navigator, verify coordinates." The reply came immediately. "Confirmed. This is Sol." Another long silence. "Locate Earth." The navigator's voice hesitated. "There is no Earth." Nobody aboard the human fleet spoke. Not a single word. The officer slowly removed his cap. Around him, hundreds of crew members did the same. Across millions of ships, the same gesture repeated. An entire civilization, mourning in complete silence. Back inside the council chamber, even hardened admirals lowered their heads. No one had expected this. They had prepared for war. Instead, they were witnessing grief. Then, something extraordinary happened. Every human ship projected a soft blue beam toward the place where Earth should have been. Millions of lights merged together, creating a glowing sphere of light. A beautiful blue world, made entirely from memory. An artificial Earth. Children on distant alien worlds stopped whatever they were doing. Families gathered around public screens. Even soldiers removed their helmets. The galaxy watched in absolute silence. The young officer finally spoke. "Protocol 7. Immediately, every ship in the fleet transmitted the same message. Not to governments, not to militaries, to every civilian frequency in the galaxy. We have returned, to bring our family home." The Chancellor felt his hands shaking. "They still call us family." An elderly historian quietly answered, "Because they don't know." Before anyone could respond, the station AI detected another transmission. This one wasn't public. It was addressed only to Earth. Only. Earth no longer existed. Adrian looked toward the blinking console. "Can we decode it?" The AI answered, "It's not encrypted. It was never meant to be secret." He opened the message. A familiar elderly woman appeared. The same explorer who had recorded the beacon over 6,000 years earlier. Her smile hadn't changed. "If this message reaches Earth, then we finally kept our promise." Behind her, thousands of human children laughed beneath strange alien constellations. She continued, "We built cities. We planted forests. We crossed galaxies. But every child born out here learned the same dream." She looked directly into the camera. "One day, we'll go home." The recording ended. Adrian quietly lowered his head. For the first time, he understood. The greatest journey in human history had ended, with no home left to return to. Then, every long-range scanner erupted with fresh alarms. Not because another fleet had arrived. Because something enormous was awakening beneath the ruins of Earth's former orbit. Buried deep inside the silent darkness. An ancient structure, older than the Galactic Council, older than recorded history, was beginning to activate, and every human ship turned toward it at exactly the same moment. Every human ship turned toward the ancient structure. No orders were spoken, no commands were issued. It was as if every captain already knew what it was. Deep beneath the empty orbit where Earth had once existed, the darkness slowly cracked apart. A ring, enormous beyond imagination, hidden for millions of years. Its surface was covered with symbols unlike anything in the Galactic Archive. The Galactic Council's greatest historians stared at the screen in disbelief. One of them whispered, "No. That symbol, it can't be." The Chancellor looked toward him. "You've seen it before." The old historian nodded slowly. "Only once. In the oldest forbidden records. They called it the home gate." Silence filled the chamber. The historian continued, according to legend, every human exploration fleet left Earth through this gate. But everyone believed it was only a myth. Across the Sol system, the giant ring awakened completely. Blue energy flowed across its surface like rivers of light. Then, a calm female voice echoed through every ship, not through speakers. Inside every communication system, Earth home gate activated. Identity verification in progress. The galaxy waited. Seconds later, the voice spoke again. Verified. Welcome home. Humanity. Across millions of human ships. Crew members closed their eyes. Some smiled. Others quietly cried. For 6,000 years, they had dreamed of hearing those two words. Welcome home. Then, the home gate paused. Its tone suddenly changed. Critical warning. Every human officer looked up. Planet Earth. Not detected. The silence that followed was unbearable. For the first time, the ancient system sounded uncertain. Searching alternate archives. Several long seconds passed. Then, a new message appeared. Last registered Guardians of Earth. The display filled with hundreds of alien emblems. Every founding species of the Galactic Council. The Chancellor felt the color leave his face. The gate continued. Guardianship status. It stopped. Then declared, failed. Across the galaxy, no one dared breathe. The ancient AI continued. Failure reason. Earth lost while under Guardian protection. Those words shattered the council. Not because they were an accusation, but because they were true. The home gate wasn't judging them. It was simply stating a historical fact. The elderly explorer appeared aboard the flagship one final time. She looked toward the empty place where Earth should have been. Then toward the representatives of the galaxy. Her voice remained gentle. We didn't come here looking for someone to blame. We came looking for our family. She smiled sadly. And today, we discovered, you were the family they built. The Chancellor slowly stepped forward. His voice trembled. We failed them, all of us. The woman nodded. Then honor them, not with statues, not with speeches, but by making sure no child in this galaxy ever loses their home again. For several long seconds, no one spoke. Then something extraordinary happened. One by one, military fleets across the galaxy powered down their weapons. Planetary governments signed the first unified civilian protection accord. Ancient rivalries ended. Borders opened. Not because humanity demanded it. Because humanity reminded the galaxy what civilization was supposed to protect. Years later, children would ask why the stars around Sol always shone blue. Their teachers would smile and answer, because every year, humanity lights the sky, for the world that taught them how to dream. And carved into the restored home gate, in letters visible from orbit, were the words every traveler would read before entering humanity's new era. Home is not a place you conquer. It's the place you never stop trying to return to. The end. Thanks for watching. If you love epic sci-fi stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to HFY Sci-Fi for more unforgettable adventures across the galaxy. See you in the next story.